Hey guys, this is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, and today we have something very special for you. I get questions all the time. In fact, I'm going to pull up Instagram right now. The questions that we most often get are, what is the best adjustable bench for the money? I'm on a budget. Can you suggest an adjustable bench? And what's the cheapest FID bench that you like? I'm broke. Okay, well first off, if you're broke, you probably shouldn't buy an adjustable bench. It's not the first piece of equipment I'd suggest. I'd probably suggest a rack or a bar. If you're broke, just bench on the floor or bench on a bench or bench on a chair or something you set up. But all those things being said, you're probably asking yourself, what is the adjustable bench that Coop would recommend for the money? Well, today I'm not going to talk about that. Today I'm going to talk about the best adjustable bench that I've ever used. So if you'd like to know about that, you can watch a future video, but I'm going to talk about the best bench that I've ever used, adjustable bench, and it's actually much cheaper than I thought it would be. So I've got about about 6 adjustable benches in here. You're probably asking yourself, why do you have so many freaking adjustable benches? Well, it's because I'm reviewing them. I actually don't want this many in the garage, but it's what I've got right now. But the best adjustable bench that I've ever used is this one right here. This is the Prime adjustable bench. It retails for $675, which is pretty expensive for a bench. However, if you look at the prices of adjustable benches, like say Rogue's AB3, it's actually not that bad, especially for the features that are offered. So today I'm going to tell you about all the different features, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and we'll go from there. Let's do it. So one reason I like the Prime adjustable bench outside of the value, because I do think it's priced pretty well, although one thing to be said is all the accessories are additional, so I'll talk about those in a moment. But one reason I like it is because it's so light. A lot of adjustable benches are freaking heavy. It's like, I don't understand why they make them so heavy. This one, it's not light, but it's only 94 pounds. So typically with Prime equipment, we have the Prime selectorized rack here, the Prodigy rack. It's the heaviest piece of equipment I've ever used. I mean, it's just like, the stacks are 300 pounds. So getting this thing in here, I think it's like 1,600 pounds or so, just sitting on the rack. It's not nice to have something that's portable, like that hard to move around. You want something that's easy to move around, and there's really not much of a reason to make a bench heavier than 100 pounds other than just adding a bunch of features. For instance, we have some of these Sorinex benches over here. These are their NP90 stand-up benches, I think. We've got 2 of them. These are the heaviest benches in the world. So they've got spotter decks on them. I mean, they're awesome benches, and it's nice to have a bench that's just stupidly heavy. But that said, if you're in a garage gym and you're going from moving it from a rack to your dumbbell rack to, say, your functional trainer to just using it for curls or whatever, it's nice to have it mobile. So it's got this nice handle that's easy to move. It's pretty lightweight, but it's heavy enough that it's stable, and then they put these rubber feet on the bottom, okay? I like a bench, obviously, that's stable, that doesn't move around. You're not gonna have any problems with this one, and it's got the front foot, so that's another thing. Rep Fitness, by the way, they have the FB5000, one of the best flat benches, in fact, probably the best flat bench for the money and one of the best I've ever used. It has a single front foot, so basically that allows you to tuck your feet up under. Some of these adjustable benches, they've got these wide feet. It's nice to just have this single flat foot, that way you can tuck your feet and use it, to drive through the bench. So I really like that about the bench. I like that it's stable. But in addition to that, in addition to the lightweight, it also has a lot of different increments for adjusting for incline. So you can go all the way from, let me see here, they've got them written here, 0 degrees all the way up to 85 degrees. And it's easy to click in. Some of the more expensive adjustable benches, like say Rogue's AB3, that's kind of like, I don't know, AB2 and AB3 is kind of the one that most people look to, is they have these selectorized pins. So Rep Fitness has the same one. And the pins are nice because they hold better than this. But if you're just looking to adjust easily, you can't beat this. It just goes in super easily, and you can go all the way from 0 to 85 degrees, which is upright. And it's just simple to use. It's accurate. I got a protractor out to test it. I didn't do that, by the way, but it's close enough. So that's another feature I like. And as well, the front actually seat adjusts as well. So you can go all the way from being back to all the way down for decline. Okay, and the way you do decline is they have this attachment here. So this attachment is additional. This isn't included in the 675, but this attachment hooks in, pops up, and then locks in. So that would allow you to basically do sit-ups. Easy to install, easy to remove. It just works. So then if you're done using it, when you're done with sit-ups, you pull it out, and then you put it to the side. It just works. And it's pretty light. Again, not making these accessories super heavy. There's no reason to if it provides the stability you need. So when you're done with sit-ups, you want to go back to benching, or you're done with decline bench, you want to go back to regular bench or whatever. It's just easy to adjust. Now, one feature of this that we get questions on are these little pads right here. One, what is that? And two, why would somebody buy that? Now, Prime is kind of focused on bodybuilding type, training. So a lot of the stuff that they make is designed for bodybuilding movements. And this is a perfect example. So all along this bench, and this is pretty ingenious, although definitely what we call extra. But this is definitely something that not everybody would use, and I wish I could find more functionality for it. I haven't been able to, other than concentration curls. So what happens is all along this bench are these holes, and then this inserts into those holes. So like here, so if you wanted to do preacher curls right here, I mean, you could turn your bench into preacher curl bench pretty easily. I know you can do that right here, but you could also do it with two arms pretty easily. Or you can move it down further to right around here, and then it's easy to do curls on. So you can sit back and easily do curls. You just pop the pin, and I always wondered what these holes were, and I finally figured it out. These holes are what hold the little pads, so you just stick it in there, they stay in there, and you're able to remove the bench, move it around. Now, one other feature of this bench that's unique to this bench and something that I haven't seen on another adjustable bench like this. Other benches have this capability, but this one's specific to this Prime rack. So if you don't have a Prime rack, you're not really going to use this feature. But the Prime Prodigy rack has this little lock-in feature here that adjusts forward and back and then side to side. And what this does is all along the Prodigy racks on the bottom are these holes that allow you to stick this in. So you put it in there like that. The bench clips in, or so the bench locker, I don't know what the name of it, we can call it the bench locker, I think it's a good name, locks into the actual rack, and then it allows you to adjust upward and backwards. By the way, Prime, they always go like over the top with all this stuff. All this stuff is made in the USA in their warehouse in Philly. But they actually have numbering on the adjustment piece for the bench, which is kind of like over the top, but also pretty cool that they add that in. So once you adjust the length on that, you can then take your bench and pretty easily lock it in place. So then when your bench is in place, if you want to use this for various cable exercises, it's on 500 pounds, perfect. You can use it like, various cable exercises easily, and it's locked in. I mean, this thing is like stout. Because it's attached to a 1200 or 1600, however heavy it is, rack, this thing does not move, okay? Pretty sweet. You could also use it if you were benching. So if you wanted to bench off the rack, you pop it out, then you can adjust this piece back and then drop your bench in like so, and then you could bench off this section like this. So as with any bench, any piece of equipment, there are some things that I'm not too hip on, some things that I just don't love. First off, the padding on this is premium, the vinyl's premium. Prime goes over the top with all this stuff. The issue though is this padding is actually a little too soft in my opinion. So I like a little bit firmer pad. As you can see, this compresses really well. I'll take you over here so you can see one of these other benches. Like this Sorinex bench, it's definitely firmer. It's a firmer pad that's used. This Rep bench, it's even firmer than that. So it just doesn't compress as much. So the issue isn't that it's comfortable, like it's nice to have a comfortable bench when you sit on it. The issue is that I would guess that over time, because it's less dense, is it's going to compress and then basically like it's just going to be like pressed in permanently or permanently deformed more easy. I haven't seen that yet, so that may not be the case. They may be using a really expensive foam that's both comfortable and dense and lasts a long time, so that may be true, but that's just something I noticed. Also, this vinyl is actually really nice. I don't know like what exactly it is. It does grip, although I like a little bit grippier pad. So my favorite pad is like the Thompson Fat Pad or something like that because it grips really well. That said, this does grip pretty well. The next thing that I like don't absolutely love is one, it's a bit difficult to order. Okay, so Prime is pretty similar to Sorinex in that they're making it so their prices really aren't listed online. That's just how they made it. They made it so their prices aren't really showing up online. So you have to call somebody or email somebody. Their prices aren't there. I actually had to text one of the guys and ask what the price was because I couldn't remember, how much it cost. It was $675 plus the additional accessories. And for a bench this good, $675 is actually a price that I think they should publish and say, hey, you can buy it here. That's something they're working on. I think it's limitations with their website. And then the last thing that I don't love is just an improvement I like to see is not everybody has this Prodigy rack, but everybody could benefit from this lock-in piece. I actually saw Brandon Campbell, he created this special like welded unit for his Rogue rack. I'd like to see Prime create a special attachment that locks into like a Sorinex rack or a Rogue rack and allows you to lock the bench in there. I think that'd be pretty sweet, and I think it'd be more useful, and more people would purchase the product. Overall, I love this bench. It's lightweight, somewhat lightweight. 94 pounds is still very heavy. It's priced pretty good, $675. Yeah, $675 is pretty expensive, but it's not too bad. There's attachments for it. There's a lot you can do with it, from decline to incline, all sort of dumbbell work that you can think of. I'm a big fan. So, if you like premium products, one, you have a Prodigy rack, or two, you don't really care about the lock-in feature and just want really one of the best adjustable benches that's available, then this is the one I'd suggest. I mean, this thing is awesome. I'm actually surprised how good I like it. Yeah, it's just a good bench, really good bench. And it's nice if you have the Prodigy rack because you can lock it in. So let me know what you think of the bench in the comments below. What you think of kind of this style of video. Do you like this better than just stand in front of the camera? I know some people made some comments like, seems like you're reading off a script. Well, that's because I was reading off a script for about 3 videos, trying to figure out a different way to do things, increase engagement. I like this style, but let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Peace.